Hello, and welcome to Bitches with Beards. And on today's episode, I asked a question: has 2025 really got so low that we needed Chris Martin to fix it?
And remember the old adage, Max: a puss in the hand is worth two in the bush.
We're the podcast that attempts to break down culture with all the elegance of two coastal grandmas.
But in truth, we're just a couple of bitches with beards.
I'm Max.
And I'm Daniel.
And we're live from the Diane Keating podcast studio in haberdashery.
We both have opinions, so let's get this party started.
Wait, I forgot to do something. There we go.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I could chug it. And then
Don't
slam it onto my...
I would say you're better than that, but deep down, I don't know that you are.
No, I am not better than that at the moment. Oh my God, Daniel.
What, Max?
Culture has cultured
Culture
with so much culture at such a speed. It's a Go-gurt.
Yeah. Yes.
It is.
Oh, I love that reference.
We've always found something to chat about at the moment. But my Christ, we are recording on Thursday, July 18th and
Friday, July
18th. Well,
Yeah.
I am just everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
And we are going to get onto it later. I thought we were going to be chatting memes about Crypto the Superdog. We are doing that. No, we're going to have a quick chat about that.
Very quick chat.
But farewell, people.
Why?
Let me know when you're on your way back. I'll get everything marinating. Enjoy the pub. Plain. No.
It's like some olive oil, salt.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do. Seasoned, I believe it's called.
Seasoning.
Jesus Christ, Chris Martin has literally released 2 singles this week.
Well, 4 if you think about it.
Oh, well. we are going to have to get onto it at some later on. I just don't know. I actually wanted to drop something for you. There was a little bit of news, and I was listening to Brett Goldstein's wonderful podcast, and he had the lovely Mark Gatiss, who writes Sherlock. He's got a new series coming out, and I think it's right up your alley.
Yes, I've seen a preview for it. It's about a bookstore owner
Called Bookish,
who is brought in to consult with Scotland Yard.
Yeah, but he's in a lavender marriage in it.
Yes,
and married to lovely Polly Walker, who
Yes.
you know I adore.
We adore Polly
She's
Walker.
Lady Featherington, isn't she?
Yes.
Is she? No, she's the Dowager Lady Featherington
yes,
now, isn't
she's
she?
Portia
In Bridgerton. But I saw that and I thought, that is so what? A 1940s set British murder mystery with a lavender marriage? I think Daniel might like that.
Oh, Daniel would love that. I cannot wait for it, and it's already been renewed for season 2.
Yes, I heard that as well.
I was just like, oh.
Who wrote the 3rd episode? Ian Hallard is his husband, who I used to volunteer with at Switchboard. He's a really nice guy.
Very nice,
yeah,
very nice.
He appears in some of its stuff. He appears in. He appears in a lot of Mark stuff, and you're like, oh, that's Ian. Hi, Ian. You know, he's like a judge or something in it.
Yeah.
But no, I heard of that, and I was like, oh, that's so up Daniel's.
I need to figure out who is carrying it, and then, you know.
Yes, I think Alibi has it in the UK. That's our Prime channel, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't know if it'll come through Acorn or BritBox. So
Yeah, I definitely think that's worth it. I couldn't, I just couldn't think of anything more perfect for you for that one.
I'm counting down the days until we can stream it. Hopefully we can stream it.
Daniel, how's your week been?
Well, there was a little bit of a hilarious moment last weekend that I didn't tell you about or anyone. I was doing my Ladybird bits, and I was on Capitol Hill, and I was just north of Lincoln Park. And you know how there are Amazon drivers in their vehicles, the vans?
Yes.
They say Prime, and a lot of them will have their door open on the side because they typically jump out and deliver a package. It's their habit. It's their custom. I don't judge them too much. Well, I was on one of the diagonal streets. I don't remember which one. And it was a very narrow 1-lane diagonal street. So it was like a lane of traffic and then parking. And right at the corner of the diagonal street, there was this large, and I mean large, dump truck with a large trailer on the back of it.
As one does.
As one does. Well, I listeners, I went full millennial, and I was, looking to cross the street, and the Amazon driver came and turned too sharp.
No.
And let me tell you, ripped the entire door that was open off of his vehicle. Like, ripped it off and scraped it on
Fuck
this
that.
trailer.
Daniel.
I walked away.
You should.
I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't know what to do here. And then I was like, I have to walk away. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed for this driver. Like, I was embarrassed for this person.
I don't know. Are we allowed to walk away from stuff like this?
Well, so my logic was, it wasn't an accident that needed a police report because it was a parked vehicle. It was a parked unmanned vehicle. And so he would be filing an insurance claim. And I'm like, you just take a photo of it on your phone and you file the claim. But I was just like, I was so embarrassed and mortified. I'm like, I have to walk away. I have to walk away. I walked 5 blocks to the metro. Like, I was just
God.
I was just like, nope, not stopping. It was so stupid, but it was so entertaining. It sort of got me through this week. This thought of like, at least I haven't ripped off
a fucking door.
The door.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it was like, he ripped it off. Like, it popped out of the door. It was on the street.
You know what? It's been a really weird week in DC, I feel, with like a lot of this. I don't know, something in the air, and
Yeah.
I'm a little... Yeah, just people wandering. And I buzzed like the hubs a couple of times. I said, just be careful. Like if I go out for a run and I know he's off to work, I'll be like, just there's something not right on the roads. And he goes, no, I'm feeling something as well. And the storms have been
because there's been a storm every single day this week,
which is getting scary now, I have to say.
And not just like little bitty storms. It's been a flash flood warning every single day. There have been downed limbs every single day.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's going to fall down today? What tree are we going to lose? What road's going to be closed? What's going to overflow today?
Can't with it. So, aside from watching stuff get ripped off cars, what else has been keeping you?
Well, I have found out that Chat GPT is not the cure-all that everyone thinks it's going to be.
It takes a lot of work.
It takes so much work. I wanted it to integrate 2 documents together. One was 100 pages, one was 10 pages, and I was just like, just weave them together. They have the same headings, headers, like, tidal basin information down below, put it in this one.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be simple. 4 days later, I get a 15-page document that has the same paragraph repeated over and over again. Actual paragraph will be in the final document. Actual paragraph will be in the final document for 15 pages.
Yeah, I've not done it. I think we were chatting about this. Well, we Chat GPT'd each other with it.
Yeah.
I should just have a Chat GPT, Daniel. I talk to half the time. It's learning you quite well. It's drunk most of it. I just get slurred. Like
good old days.
I've never done a document as long as you have with it, so I do, and I feel that once you start getting to a certain length, but I've really had it's really clicked for me for a few things, and I said I still like the fact it can eliminate that final hurdle of just polishing something off.
Yeah.
But I have a document. I slowly add to this document about if I need a cover letter. And I'm sorry if any future employees are listening to this, but quite frankly, I have to.
Yeah.
Is I have a Chat GPT queue that I can put in with your job description and adjust. And I do tweak. It can take up to an hour of just tweaking that, but I don't have time. And I think there are elements, and I think that. I know that you are you're lucky on a fortunate spot right now, but your job is going to get harder as belts tighten, and you're going to be relying on quick time savers. And I know you're putting the work, but you're also going to be going, hey, I don't have time to refine. Oh, this word's not quite right. Fuck it, I need to move it over.
Well, and that was sort of the point. Is like, okay, I didn't have or didn't think I had 4 hours to merge these 2 documents together, like manually do it. So I thought, let's try this out, giving it a prompt to see if it could do it as a test run, because if it could, then it would open up the door to where, okay, I could have it to where it could spit out the framework of this sort of document for other things so that I'm not having to waste time rewriting these portions. I can just say, all right, insert new information here where it's pertinent.
Which is exactly what you need for it.
Which is exactly what I need it for. And just sort of proven that that's not how we're going to have to use it in the future. I'm just like, oh, I wanted it to work so bad.
It will eventually get you there,
Yeah.
but I just, yeah. And is your organisation happy with using this, or is it not?
So the secretary is under the delusion that it should be good enough to use. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, if it's producing this sort of document, it's not good enough to use. Like, it meets no standard. I'm sorry, but whenever it prints off 15 pages of the actual paragraph will be in the final document, it didn't do the task. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I think we did have issues with AI at my previous place, and it became really hard when there wasn't budget for stuff. And I had to get a transcription for a podcast, and when I say a podcast, the podcast that pisses every Democrat off. And like they were like, well, you can't use AI. I'm like, well, then I need to pay like so many hundred to get this 2-hour podcast transcribed. Well, we don't. I said, look, I'm not going to sit there and transcribe it. I'm sorry.
It's one or the other.
And the way we got around it was that we would find Apple was auto-transcribing podcasts. I had to sit and copy it piece by piece because it wouldn't let you do the whole thing, and then do that over. And I did it that way. And we kind of did the whole, well, we presume they've had someone human do it for us, but we couldn't. AI, I mean, I'm firmly in the AI needs to be monitored situation.
I am too.
But yeah, aside from that, though, there are benefits of it. And unfortunately, as our deadlines get tighter and work speeds up, we have to be very careful.
And if you have fewer people that can do the work, then you're going to turn to a shortcut. And then you learn that the shortcut's not a shortcut, so now you're having to think of what plan B is going to be, which I think I've got a plan worked out. It's not going to involve AI, but it's not what I wanted to do. It's still going to take more time off the back end, which means it's stuff I can't be working on right now. Yay.
So I felt bad. I was on the computer there. I was trying to see who supported someone I saw this week, and as you can imagine, with all the AI technology out there, no one can generate the name.
No, they said insert celebrity here.
Yeah, so I'm a bit pissed. Aside from that being a good week, there's some work stuff is brewing nicely, and it's going at the pace and direction I hoped it. Well, no, not that I hope. In a way, I expected it to, and we are seeing progress. So we're going to. Fingers and toes for a couple of things, but I did have some freelance work this week, which was excellent. Last Saturday, the Hubs and I we took our beloved Rory to a beach during COVID that's under the Bay Bridge in Maryland, and Hubs was like, "Shall we go back?" And last time we went, because it was during COVID, it was so busy, you know, and we were a bit like, I was like, we went not busy at all. Lovely park guy there. I was like, hey, you're cute. And he said apparently it's not busy because it's a dog-friendly beach, but it's smaller. It's a sliver of a beach.
Yeah.
The ones opposite and near are the busier ones. They're not dog-friendly, but we never took Bug. We wanted to just kind of see how busy it's going to be before we made him wait in the sun.
Yeah.
No, I went in the water, had a swim, got out once and went, oh, there's jellyfish. I'm like, ah. And then we ended up in a beach bar, which was so tacky.
But you want a tacky beach
I wanted
bar.
tacky. Hubs was like, well, I'd do this up. I said, you leave these plastic coconuts. And I mean plastic coconuts. It was really nice. We had a really nice summery day. And that's all that I really need. I need to feel vaguely like we're doing something summery.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now. Like, we were looking maybe at this weekend of potentially going away to Rehoboth, and Hubs looked at prices and he said they're just ridiculous now.
No.
Yeah, he knew it was getting expensive, but he said it's now. How is anyone?
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I like Rehoboth, but Rehoboth is the sort of place that's fun if you're not paying a lot for it, but you can really kind of probably pay.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, we're not doing that.
And for that, you can go to Europe.
Yes. I had a nice lunch on Sunday with some friends. Lovely. yeah, I had a really nice time. It was weird just to have a quick lunch, say hi, catch up, and then be done. The hubs he's got something going on at the moment, so I let him go to rehearsal, and I went and then went home. But yeah, that was it. That was like my week, and it seems we were busy, but lots of stuff to talk about as we move through it.
Yes.
Shall we move through Ina's garden?
We should move through Ina's garden. So this week we're having a Lagunitas Hoppy Refresher, and it's the same company that we had last week on the episode, but this one is supposed to be a sparkling hop water.
Yes. And
So cheers.
I think it could be hoppier.
I think it could be a little bit hoppier.
Oh no, there it is.
I think it could be a little bit hoppier, and I think it could be a little bit more sparkly. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's got you can taste the hop. I'll come back.
Yeah.
You can taste it. No, I think that's really delicious. I really like these.
Yeah, I think this might be my new company, like, go-to, because we're sort of burnt out on the athletics. So
I am not interested in, like, we were out last night, went to see some comedy, and it's 2 items per person.
Yeah.
And the Hubs didn't want to drink because he's trying to look after his voice a bit at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got some. They do good. I like bar snacks.
Yeah.
So we got bar snacks each, and then we did 2 non-alcoholics. But if honestly, they didn't need me to buy that. And actually, the Hub's got a second drink. And if I'd not known that, I would have just
done the one.
Yeah, or just had him do them, and I would have had soda. Club soda. But I really, the beer, I'm just kind of not feeling the need for it at the moment.
Yeah.
To say that, I might have one today. We're going up having some grilling tonight. Anyway, Daniel, that's enough talking about ourselves. What's going on in the neighborhood?
This is the portion of the podcast where we talk about things that are gay adjacent, or just a little bit camp.
Well, there was just a lot this week, I felt. So I'm going to try and shoot through it as much as possible. First things first, as Jinx Monsoon joins O'Mary, we're going to be also treated to Michael Urie, Camille Najanji, and Jen Harris. I'm very excited for that cast. I do want to try, and I said, see this show. Jen Harris, I loved years back in a film called Gaby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's her. I think she kind of, Matthew took off and she kind of did a bit in the background. So I'm excited for her. I love Michael Urie. I remember a really nasty comment about him once after Ugly Betty, and then he was doing one of these cocktails and movies on Logo, and so I went, "Oh, do you remember Michael Urie?" And like he was done, and I'm like, he's done he's bought his time in it. I love him in Shrinking. I'm like, he's there. He knows what he's doing, but
I would see him.
I would say I said I love him in Shrinking. I love him in Single All the Way, which is the film that took a little bit longer to grow on me. But he was great in Ugly Betty. He wasn't even meant to be in it for that long. The original joke was that Wilhelmina would cycle through assistants, and they said the minute he linked arms with Amanda and they gossiped together, the production said he's about. We need to keep him on. And I think the other thing he kind of threw in slightly was her doing her Botox. They said, "What?" He goes, "Could I be doing her Botox?" And they're like, "Yeah, perfect, do that." Big major news as it's Superhero Month, obviously. Fantastic Four First Steps is losing a major villain. John Malkovich has been cut from the final cut of the film.
That's what I've heard.
Yes, they wanted to build up, because I watched a trailer today, and they're starting to throw more of the storyline in, and I'm like, that's a lot, but apparently they did want to, because they are into their careers. Within it, they wanted to build up the villains they've played with, and apparently they have got rid of him. So that is quite a short runtime. It's less than 2 hours, which I'm not against, to be honest.
Yeah, because after a certain point, intermissions.
Talking of ending early, Gypsy's going to be closing in August.
I did see that.
I still feel so guilty about not getting the Hubs to see it. We're going to try. I think we are going to maybe try. But yeah, apparently it's closing early, and it's not actually that much early. So I'm really quite surprised what's going on.
Yeah, it was one of these. I think it's by a couple of weeks, and I'm like, you couldn't. Wasn't it like by 3 weeks or something? I could.
Yeah, I'm a little bit okay. Well,
I was just like, could you not make it last those 3 weeks or something?
So talking though, maybe it got bad reviews, and maybe that is why the New York Times is actually reassigning a lot of its critics at the moment.
Oh.
So music, theatre and TV critics have all been on the job for quite a while, and have all been reassigned. I could go into details, but no one's going to know the fucking names of them.
No.
But just so you know that the New York Times itself expects in the near future, as they look for their replacements, to see changes in cultures and opinions, and maybe they feel they need to bring in fresh blood as the world of theatre changes.
Well, maybe there's a certain bitch who should scratch an itch and do it. Talking about you, not me.
I'm nowhere near. I would love to go back to it. I need to look into it. I feel that we're looking at the era of flexible freelance, Max.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's weird to say my name because of the hubs, and I'm like, no, I keep going, wait, no, I can say my name.
I was just saying, you can say your name.
Well, this isn't the news I put down, but apparently on Broadway though at the moment, everyone that is a neighbour to Masquerade, the new Phantom, is getting free tickets because they've been rehearsing on the roof.
Well, I'll tell you all about it whenever I go see it.
Moving on very quickly, the Church of England has voted to and has successfully removed a clause from the clergy selection saying homosexuality is dishonourable. They voted unanimously pretty much to remove that, so good on the Church of England.
Yes, thank you, CFE.
Yes, we're doing very well. And finally, this is a little bit of a cute storyline. Crypto star turning Superman sparks surge in adopt a dog near me Google searches, and James Gunn is apparently delighted because Crypto is based on his adopted dog. And that's nice. And I would say interest in adoption, not adoption, because that can please.
It's two different things.
I don't think we've got anyone here that's going to be in that frame of mind, but they are work, they are adjustment, they are precious.
Yes.
And Crypto is not the best behaved dog, but he's still a dog.
Well, yes, he has superpowers.
He does. He can float. He can fly, but he can also. He's very strong.
Float.
Yeah.
Float.
Daniel, what's been news for you?
News from me this week. So they might have too much heaven on their minds because they've announced additional casting for Jesus Christ Superstar, the Hollywood Bowl version. This is the one that's going to be headed by Cynthia. So it was announced that Philippa Sue will be joining as Mary Magdalene, Josh Gad as King Herod.
He'll be good in that.
Yep. Milo Manheim will be Peter, and then Raul Esparza will be Pontius Pilate.
What was Raul? He was in something.
He was in Company.
He's the main version, the go-to of that. So yeah, he's fucking handsome as shit.
Oh, he is, and very much bisexual.
That's it. I knew there was a little asterisk next to his name.
Yes, he's in Hannibal. He plays Dr. Chillingham.
That's it. Yeah, I need to catch up and finish that off. I got 2 seasons
because
in.
he wears some fabulous outfits. Yeah. Do it for the outfits. All right, and you might think we're in a Weber musical based on this next story, but 2 cats were reunited in Seattle this week, and not just any cats, 2 lesbian cats, Kate and Vi. They are now living at the Neko Cat Cafe in Seattle. It was determined that Vi was actually not a boy like they thought originally, was female, and that the 2 were being very intimate as they were. They will be made available for adoption as a bonded couple. And the reason why we're covering this is because so many friends of the podcast, co-workers, have either sent me text or email saying I should cover it on this episode, and this is the last time I do that.
And apparently their jellicle names are Lickermuff and Sticky Fingers. But no one knew.
Exactly.
Jellicle cats.
And a little bit of a tidbit here. Willow becomes Taylor Swift's 18th song to have 1 billion streams on Spotify. First artist to have 18 songs reach that number also. The La Scala Opera House in Milan is cracking down on its dress code. In the age of more inclusive audiences, the opera has enforced its dress code, stating that they will allow no shorts, no tank tops, and no flip-flops. They say that the public dress should be in keeping in the decorum of the location. Everything else will be allowed. This comes on the heels of a heat wave that is currently gripping Europe right now.
Yeah.
No shucks, no shoes, no service.
Exactly.
And very sad news, we lost a light this week. So Friday it was announced the passing of poet and performer Andrea Gibson of ovarian cancer. Their work was focused on love, death, and gender identity. They are the subject of the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light. Let's see. Their poem Love Letter from the Afterlife is currently going viral, and if you want to have a good cry, I highly recommend reading that, or listening to it, or even reading it. And they've received several very moving tributes. And I want to say thank you to our friend Matt, who
Matt
gave us this information. And in final news this week, call the agency because it was announced that some unreleased Beyonce music has been stolen.
I saw that, but it makes no sense how it happened.
It makes no sense either. So apparently, Beyonce's choreographer rented a car in Atlanta and had their luggage, which included several hard drives and laptops and costumes and sunglasses and set lists in the vehicle, only to have it stolen, where they called the police stating that they worked for a very high and important individual. No word yet as to whether this has been leaked, who's taken it, if it's being held for ransom, or if they even know what they've got.
It's fucking crazy.
It is ridiculous. I was just like, why did the choreographer have any of this stuff, is what I want to know.
And also, someone knew.
Yes, I very much think this was staged.
Yeah, well.
I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of scandal around something? I'm not saying Beyonce is doing something, but I'm saying,
I just feel like we've all seen enough murder mysteries and stuff and whodunits over the time. You know, when it's
my mind immediately goes to conspiracy. Someone took this intentionally.
Like when they go over and like the smashed window is on the inside the house, and they're like, no, that's not how it.
Yeah, you got to do it the other way.
Well, anyway, Daniel. On that note, should we go sell off all this amazing bootlegged Beyonce music I've got?
Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Carter.
Woohoo! And we're back, and we solved a mystery.
We did.
It took way too long to find out that information.
Yeah, we got our Miss Marple on.
But it's not about me right now. It's about Daniel. Daniel, what's been culture for you this week?
Culture for me this week. So, food this week was a Japanese cucumber salad that I made. Absolutely divine. So, what you do is you cut up a small cucumber. I recommend doing 2.
Yeah.
Cut up some avocado. Then you take some smoked salmon cubes that are sold at Whole Foods. Add that to it. Add just a little bit of the red chili flakes and some yum yum sauce. And then a little bit of toasted sesame. Mix it together. Absolutely divine. I had too many cucumbers and too much salmon, so the next day I made the recipe again. Oh no, it was horrible. It was wonderful. This is probably going to be one of my go-to.
Oh, nice.
I have like 3 minutes. Here we go.
Perfect.
It's absolutely divine. Also, hibachi zucchini. Oh my gosh. Marinate it in a little bit of soy sauce and a little rice wine vinegar for 5 minutes. Make sure that it's a thick julienne style. So good. Absolutely good. Perfection. My drink of the week was the Maison Perrier daiquiri, or their fake daiquiri. It was a good summary, just hit the spot. I wanted a little bit something more. My songs of the week, and these are very eclectic. If 6 Was 9 by Jimi Hendrix.
As one does.
Let Not Your Heart by Lady Blackbird, which is a very uplifting song. And then St. James Infirmary, inspired by this week's episode of Outrageous. But it's also one of my favorite blues songs ever. And I was just like, I'm going to listen to several versions of this week. And just did. I just did.
Perfect.
All right. My restaurant for the week. So last night, my friend Laura and I were supposed to be going to the Top of the Gates, which is the Watergate restaurant, for their outdoor dining experience. There was a heat advisory, so They were not open, so we had to redirect, and we went to La Grande Boucherie. It was absolute perfection. So good, so wonderful. I had a Wagyu hamburger, which was divine, but my favorite thing that I had yesterday was the Basque style cheesecake that had salted caramel sauce on it.
Lovely.
It was utter perfection. So if you can go and you want to be in an opulent space, happy hour runs from 4 until about 6, and stuff is more reasonably priced during that time. Go.
Delicious.
Yes. All right. What has culture been for you this week, my dear?
Well, yeah, we have cultured, as we say. Food, we went to Barbie Buzard, which is just opening now on K Street, down near the White House. But a friend of mine is going to be opening that. So I walked in, I saw what they were serving, I turned to the person next to me and went, I'm going to get mercury poisoning. And probably got caviar and also got some oysters. The oysters kept going quickly, and they kept trying to pour whiskey on the oysters. I'm like, no.
Okay, so I'm going to say this right now. If you're going to do an alcohol with your oyster, you either do beer and you have them where they're broiled, or you do champagne with an oyster. And I do mean like you pour the champagne on the oyster. You don't do bourbon.
They were really delicious, though. I loved it. And
I was also very proud that you had a bump of caviar.
I did have a bump. I've never had. I'm trying to remember if I've had caviar before. It doesn't usually come up in the social circles that I mix in.
Oh, I know.
And you can, but it's about $50, isn't it? For that little tin you can get in Whole Foods.
Yeah, $50 for the tin in Whole Foods, but I'm going to say it's absolutely worth it if you do the tin in Whole Foods fresh and then just serve it on kettle chips.
Yeah, it's interesting how people serve them now, but I did like it. And I can see why people love the flavor. Mm-hmm. I prefer lobster to that, though.
Fair enough.
Like if someone said, do you want caviar or do you want lobster? I would be like, lobster's just got much more of a richer flavour for me.
Caviar can be quite salty sometimes. On
I just think it makes me. I love salty food, and I thought this wasn't. I wouldn't say this was salty, but snaps to the husband for accidentally having anchovies and not actually feeling too ill afterwards. He doesn't like seafood.
Thank goodness, because I love a good anchovy.
Yeah, it was done on some like little bruschetterie thing, so it's quite nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so we did that, and side comment in regards to what we had last week. I did a strawberry ice cream. Finally, found my strawberry. Though I'm not allowed to buy ice cream for the house because the hubs loves it too much, and I went in and they were doing it for half price, so I did get cookie dough as well. Whoops, naughty Max.
Did you have both the strawberry and the cookie dough? Is my question.
I had strawberry. I think they're two different. I think I do cookie dough and chocolate. Strawberry. I would do strawberry and vanilla, but I didn't. I just wanted pure strawberry, and I just got it out, and we left it out, and it got a bit soft, and it was just that beautiful moussey texture I wanted. Both. Probably tonight we end up getting some out. In regards to music, just listen to a lot of summer music at the moment. Put someone for Daniel earlier. We were listening to Coldplay until one song and we realised why we weren't listening to Coldplay. But hey, no, we have been loving that this week. Theatre, went to the Kennedy, Don't Judge Me. Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson was an excellent show. Chris Grace, for those who will probably know him, he was in Glee years back as Howard, the workmate of Terry Schuster. And then he's also was in Superstore. He does a whole one-man show. It started off at the Fringe and Edinburgh Fringe, and it's just about Scarlett Johansson based around her taking on the role of Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah.
And just building...
The fallout that happened with that.
And it gets very meta, and he ends up playing her and playing him, playing her. It was really well done. He came round, actually, at the start and kind of shook everyone's hands, and it was really just such a really great, interesting night, really funny, but yeah, it just gets more and more stupid, but at the same time deep.
Which venue at the Kennedy was it?
It was on the Family Theatre.
Oh, yeah. So the one that we were at last.
Yeah. No, it was. I really loved it, and I was really glad we went, and actually bumped into a friend who lives nearby, and we both looked at each other like, don't say anyone you saw us here.
Too bad you have a podcast and outed yourself.
I know, who's going to find out about it? Television, we've been enjoying too much. So we mentioned it last week. and it's just been Megan Salter, just been excellent, and she's been doing good rounds on all the TVs.
I just want to say I've seen her on the socials on a lot of like interviews this morning.
Yeah, she's clearly having a lot of fun doing that one, but we're really enjoying it. And there's a really good episode about her early relationship, so you really start to learn a lot more about her, and it's really well done how they take that. Comedy, DC Improv last night, we saw Nicole Byer. She was fucking excellent. As you can imagine, I'm a huge fan of her, but also just want to shout out to Liz Barlow, who was the person we finally remembered was her act. Another comedian of colour, just phenomenal. I know we shouldn't point out backgrounds, but there's a delivery that cannot be fucking matched.
Yeah.
And so we had a really good night and just really fucking enjoyed ourselves. And, Nicole, it's funny because I feel that Liz was doing Nicole's early stuff, and Nicole was like talking about meeting Tom Cruise, but done really well. And she goes into her dating history, and certain stories were just fucking hilarious.
I love Nicole so much.
I would say definitely a very consistent night, but I would say actually when Liz did her bit, and it was that sort of "this is me dating," and the punchline, I don't want to give it away. There's a punchline to how she ended up pregnant, which is fucking hilarious. And actually, she was a tough act to follow. So Nicole doing the celebrity chat, which a lot of comedians do, it's her life right now. She does these big events. And it's not like, oh, it's at so-and-so swanky party. It is, yes, she was presenting an award. She was emceeing a know-nothing sort of event and end up meeting Tom Cruise. It was a bit jarring to go into that mindset of making comedy from nothing to... She met Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But no, she was excellent. Movies this week. I was determined that Hubs was out Sunday to do a movie day.
Yes, you did.
And I did Star is Born 1937.
Yes.
Which was good, though. The thing is, so... Tubi and a couple of them, they use really weird prints of them, and so they're a bit digital. They look like they've been recorded off the television, and I actually had to pause it because I was watching it and it was colour, and I didn't. And at that period of time, it's very hard to tell what was colour and what wasn't. And they really crossed over for a considerable amount of time actually. And I was like, "Oh, let's have a look." And it looked colorized, which I didn't. I was like, "I don't really want it colorized," but actually, it just was the transfer. It was excellent. I can see why it's inspired. So my next one is the Judy Garland one, which is about 3 hours long. I'm going to find an afternoon for that, which I'm looking forward to. So that's the first. That's when it became music.
Yes.
But this was really well done, and actually was quite a sad ending. Which I know how it ends, but I was quite like, oh, this is actually quite. It was quite a lot of discussion of alcoholism in it all the way through. It isn't a downfall. It's quite.
It's a slow process.
So yeah, no, I enjoyed that. Then I watched Stepford Wives 1975. Now I've only ever seen. So have you seen the Stepford Wives?
So I have seen the Nicole Kidman version of it. I have not seen the original. I know of the original. I think I've seen like clips here and there, and I know it's supposed to be much darker.
It's darker, but like tonally. I was sort of watching it and going, this needs a Westworld treatment. But Westworld season 1 and 2, that's after 3, it just got very, they stretched it out. But I think the thing with it's a very well made film. It's excellent, and actually I was surprised how many of the characters from the original make into the remake. Like there is the Bette Midler Brassia role. It's darker because of what is happening. And the end scene is pretty like, it's going to happen, and it is pretty brutal. I would be generally curious about doing something where there's more of a sense of being watched, because they are, and actually how the twist is different in the remake in terms of who's controlling who and why they're doing it.
Right.
Whereas in the original, there's an interesting way in which they all develop their skills. And I was like, oh, that and where they got the technology from is actually very interesting.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. And again, I was... And then going on from that, I watched Get Out. Now, I watched that Wednesday. I'd never seen Get Out.
Uh-huh.
I missed it. It's 2017, actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And that has a bit of a Stepford twist as well, actually. And that actually could be considered a very interesting modernisation of the Stepford story. Have you seen Get Out?
Yes, I've seen Get Out.
So I don't want to go, because I was surprised how I saw it 8 years after it came out. I did not know. I knew the concept. I did not know the motivations. That had not been spoilt for me. So when I started to realise what was going on, I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
And this is good marketing of how they've kept a lot behind it. And again, I knew tea was important. I thought it would be one thing. And then I was like, oh, that's clever.
Oh no, it's something different.
So yeah, I was like, no, this is very good. And then my movie of the week in the cinema was Sorry Baby, which is a comedy drama about something very terrible, and it's very funny, and it's very sad and moving and very realistic and very gritty. It was an excellent movie. I knew it was going to be good.
Who's in it? So you're not giving away anything, but who's
Let
in
me
it?
check, because I know the actress. Sorry, baby, there it comes up. The main actress I hadn't seen in anything, or if I have, I maybe should have checked that one for what she's been in. Ava Victor, she was in Billions years back, and then Naomi Aki, who is a British actress, and she was in Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
So she was the defected stormtrooper in that one.
Okay.
But no, it was really well done. It develops around a life event, but it's so cleverly written, and it's not broad humor, but you do laugh at certain bits. So we really like that. So that was my movies of the week, and we have guests this weekend. So I will not be having a movie. If we didn't, I'd be watching Judy Garland.
So here's the thing. When we had a conversation last week after we recorded, I was expecting you to be watching Valley of the Dolls. So whenever you sent me Stepford, I was just like, oh, that's
Not available.
Oh.
No, not available.
Oh.
But I'm glad I did Stepford. Valley of the Dolls, I'm going to see. I will like to see for the year's end. But I just was kind of randomly Googling. I was like, oh, Valley of the Dolls. No, let's do Stepford.
Yeah. Valley of the Dolls is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious about, and actually going back to Stepford, I was surprised. I always thought there was a load of Stepford Wives movies, and they're all TV movies.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're like 3 of them are all TV movies, and then this wasn't. This was a theatrical release.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I always thought there was hundreds of bad sequels, and it wasn't. There was a sequel, but you know,
it was a TV movie. Huh.
Well, anyway, talking of reboots and remakes, Daniel, shall we move on to culture?
Yes, this is the portion of the podcast where we check the feeds, test the moods, and we ask the question, can I fix you?
Well, yeah, can I fix you? Can I save you?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to start with Superman. Have you, I saw it last week. I saw it Friday before we recorded. I've just loved how people have got it.
Yeah.
It's been really nice. I know a lot of it helps that there's the dog, which obviously we all love a dog. But the actual feedback that we've been getting through the feeds has been people have really come away from it. I thought leading up to it, a lot of the narrative was going to be about how it was pro-immigration, which obviously it is, how it basically the core idea, it's very comic booky, so it has a very strong core, which is basically new people, fresh ideas, make a community better. But I think what I found interesting is that actually there wasn't so much a shift in that, but the idea that Superman is just a good person wanting to do good has really resonated with people coming away from it and just going, I want to be a good person doing good things, and kindness is the new punk. It's such a telling reflection of society right now that is what is kindness is resonating with people.
I think that's a wonderful thing, though.
Yeah.
It just makes me happy. Makes me absolutely happy that I think this note of positivity
Yeah.
struck at the right moment, and I hope it has legs. Is what I'm hoping.
I think we're building up to the Fantastic Four coming out, which is going to kind of close it. But I think for the moment, like, it was nice to have a week where people were memeing stuff, talking about things. We have the adoptions. Everyone, please make sure you're able to take care of it. Is it a film you're curious about? Do you think you'll sit down at some point and watch it?
I think I would sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not very much a superhero movie thing. Like, I have to really be in a mood to go see one. So, like, the fact that I am curious in seeing it, and it doesn't have Vanessa Kirby in it, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, I mean, they made a solid movie. I think everyone was a little unsure. I did like The Man of Steel, but there's a way of doing superhero movies where they're more sci-fi. Like Fantastic Four, they're meant to be explorers.
Yeah.
So you can do them as superheroes or you can do them as explorers. And one of them sci-fi and one of them isn't. And when they did the Fantastic Four one back in 2015, which was the real dark version, which I actually saw on a plane and should watch again. Me and my dickhead brother both said afterwards that it's a pity they started to play too much with it and they got panicky, because actually it would have made a really excellent science fiction movie that addressed exploration and the dangers and all that. But I think they panicked that they'd gone too dark with what is meant to be they had in a way, by going that dark, forgotten what is the core of the Fantastic Four in that one. And that's what I think is understanding what the core belief of it is, and it's interesting. You've got that coming out the same week as 2 weeks after Superman, in the sense of both these films where there was a reboot and people looking for darker tones. That was, to me, quite like in the Batman Begins, and they were both like, let's go for something darker, and people don't really want that.
Yeah, we're over dark.
And they want that, and Superman is lighter, and it is said it's got serious tones in it. There's a lot about like grief and understanding, power, corruption of power, and just bigotry, and it just comes across that it's someone who's going through all this and just still wanting to save the world. And I think that's been a nice culture.
Yeah,
we're all still waiting for this cultural shift to become action.
Yeah.
Let's be really blunt.
Whenever we stop talking and start doing. So.
But at the same time, there was a lot of action this week.
Well, there was some action for some people.
Now, I do... We're talking about Coldplay.
Yes. In case you couldn't get the hints, we're talking about Coldplay.
So the CEO of Astronomy or something it's called.
Yes.
Yeah. Coldplay were Coldplaying. I like Coldplay. We both come to the understanding we both enjoy Coldplay music.
We grew up on Coldplay.
But it is background stroke. Oh, I like this song. But
yeah,
I wouldn't.
I'm cleaning and it's playing in the background, and then we go to a different artist, and then there's another Coldplay song. And that's fine. Yeah.
So they're performing. They're doing CissCam. Chris Martin sees a couple, and a couple immediately separate, hide their faces, and Chris Martin says the epic line: "Well, they're either having an affair or they're shy." They were having an affair.
Yes.
CEO of a big organization. They said it's called Astronomy or something. I don't know. Yeah. And that was his head of HR.
Yes.
It couldn't be even more delicious in the pairing.
The head of HR. The one who is telling you not to have the affair with a coworker is having the affair with the boss.
Now, let's go back, Daniel. The news came through this had happened.
Yes.
It was a joke.
But it came through on... social, so like for me it broke on like Instagram.
Yeah,
it wasn't like on big news like the BBC or anything.
It was a little story.
Yeah.
CEO caught out, or when you're caught, and of course the minute they worked out who they were, that's when it blew, and all of a sudden, gay internet must be exhausted. Take a seat. You've had a long time.
Yes.
It's just, again, like someone put up thanks to Coldplay for uniting the country, you fixed us. Because everyone was just... No one likes corporate America right now.
No.
Obviously, we have the very controversial Luigi Mangione, Mr. 8-pack abs and a gun, which is... And we are still not quite worked out where everyone lies with what he did and all that. Mm-hmm. The Orca whales were still kind of pro of the knocking of the boats, and the submersible sub would have been funnier if that kid hadn't been on board.
Yes.
But right now, we have got head of company gets caught pretty much fucking his HR at a Coldplay concert.
The people who are making the rules have broken the rules, and they've been called out for it. It's sweet. It's epic. It's justice.
And of course,
it's petty justice.
It's
though.
Petty mayonnaise. And of course, you've got the whole issue at the moment, where the orange idiot supporters are turning against him because he's not releasing the Epstein files, and people are now linking that in, going, "Well, let's put the Epstein files on the CissCam."
Right. Same energy.
Someone very creative did a Love Actually version of it, and
they were the most creative person ever. Like, they should be hired to be like the head of a creative department.
I think so as well. There was some what people were putting up was really hilarious, and it's just, and the fact it's Gwynnie P adjacent as well is just brilliant.
It's perfection.
And I think when people go like, again, you've got. This is where we're going to thread it together. Is you've got Superman and you've got a couple getting caught out having an affair, and everyone's going, "Why is this culture?" And it's because the world has got so fucking dark that for a brief moment we're just enjoying. Yes, I feel for the poor guys. No, the guy's poor wife,
right?
Who won't be poor probably if she gets there. She must be,
especially if they're in California.
And she must be. Every fucking divorce attorney in the country must be trying to get her number.
Knocking down her door.
And my favourite, I think so, some of the memes like today was the picture of the guy, was it the HR department, or was it the office when they walk in today? It's like, ooh.
The double standard.
That's why I take my affairs to Imagine Dragons. I think was pretty shit, actually.
That was hilarious.
I quite like a bit of Imagine Dragons. Again, I like him every so often, and he's really fit to look at.
Well, he is, yes.
But they're a bit Anthony. They're a bit like, that's a lot of energy.
It's a little bit too much energy, yes. But there was also the person who filmed it quoted Taylor Swift and said, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. And I thought that is sheer perfection right there, because they thought that they were big enough and they were doing something sneaky. They thought they were going to get away with it. They fucked around and they found out. And that's the thing. It is the find out period in time. Like, you fuck around, you find out.
Now, the story I'm going for, like when we had Wicked and everyone wanted to be Glinda or Elphaba and I wanted to be the ginger girl that wanted to know all the tea.
Yeah.
Glinda, when you go to school, weren't you once friends? I want to know, my interest lies in the lady in front of them who had that face.
Oh,
the lady who clearly had all the tea.
Yeah.
She's going to get... She is the woman from the you eating my salad, you guys having sex in front of my salad.
In front of my salad.
They should interview each other like when Mary J. Blige interviewed Hillary Clinton.
Oh my gosh,
that would be a cultural moment.
But then the other thing that came out today was apparently they were semi-blackmailing their employees by taking them to the concert too, so that they wouldn't say anything.
So there was that the employees there and then.
I think so.
Is this breaking news from Daniel coming out probably a week later? But no, this is. So
I mean, there's layers upon layers, but again, it is you fuck around and you're gonna find out. Like, there are consequences to pay. Like, not that I'm gonna yuck anyone's yum, but I'm just like, if you're going to be stupid enough to do this in a public place, yeah, there's a chance it's gonna happen.
I mean, and then the statement where he tried to blame Coldplay,
right?
I mean, I've tried to blame Coldplay for a lot of things, and it never sticks. Like, seriously?
There's only so much that you can blame them for.
You got caught.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can't blame Coldplay, for multiple reasons, but I'm also pretty sure when you buy tickets, you sign... I'm pretty sure the
There's
waiver...
something in the Ticketmaster...
Isn't it all to do with your be prepared to be filmed or something?
Probably, yeah.
And I know, like, you might be on camera. You can't opt out of that. I know you can opt out of being used in promotion. I think they will put you in something, and you can possibly contact and go, I did not agree to this. But you cannot. You are put on. I think the CissCam could not. If you could sue someone for being put on CissCam, there wouldn't be CissCam anymore. It would have long been over for various reasons.
And a CissCam is an American institution.
I mean, I feel for the wife, though.
Yes.
I'd be surprised. Well, someone said she must have seen a red flag, and someone said no, they were yellow.
They were all yellow.
No, I do. I feel it cannot be. This is really embarrassing for them, and as I said, I hope they take him to the fucking cleaners.
Well, and I also feel bad for the HR person's husband. Like, he's also a victim in this. I mean, he's not going to get as much from the divorce settlement, but, you know, I feel sorry for him, too.
I would say sell your fucking story as quickly as possible
absolutely.
and just move on.
Yeah. Get an agent and sell it.
But she's, I mean, like, and let's also be really clear on this one. He's going to be affected at least by this. He will probably step back. He probably will have to step back from the running of the organisation or whatever it is for how long. He might get bought out or whatever. But at the end of the day, he'll walk away with some money. Yeah. He'll wait a bit. He'll set up his next. They'll forget about him. Mm-hmm. She's career.
Oh, yeah.
She's not going to get a job as head of HR for a fucking long time.
Unfortunately, she does have a red letter. She's got a letter reference right there.
And especially because you can't... And she, when her job is to stop people doing
this behavior,
this is when you end up in trouble. So...
Yeah. Yeah. It's... what a tangled web they wove.
Well, with that, Daniel, should we move on to the end of the show?
We should.
Do you have a gagged and goop?
No, dear. That's your place.
So, did you see I got a letter this week through the post?
No, I didn't see that you got a letter through
I
the post.
got a letter, and it said on top of it, Sycamores, I need your help.
Oh.
And it says on the envelope. Now, I've had a letter like this before, and it was due of jury duty, and I ignored it. They're saying I fed my daughter dirt. They're saying I mix it in her soup every night. I need you to wear this necklace around town to help shift public opinion. Washington DC Local 6 News is lying about me. We both know I wouldn't do that, right? And that's just on the envelope.
Oh my God. Is this covered in anthrax?
The chain is broken, it looks like. But there's the chain. Now, what does it say?
Oh my God. This is now making so much more sense. It says, I support Morgan. I don't believe she fed her daughter dirt.
Sycamores, by now I'm sure you've seen these images of me sprinkling dirt in soup and feeding that to my daughter. These images are not true. They must be AI generated because I would never do that. These are the images. They are AI. They're not AI generated, actually. I think they are actually just composited.
Yeah.
That. Besides, even though I was really doing it, many people call dirt nature's vaccine because it comes from the earth and protects you from disease.
No.
Much like a vaccine supposedly does. That's how it's spelled. However, it doesn't matter because I never did it. Please wear my necklace around Washington DC to show your support of me and what's right. Thanks. Forever yours, Morgan Bundis. Morgan Bundis doesn't exist. It might surprise all of you to know.
It doesn't.
I'm still annoyed to change that because I would actually wear the chain around town because, quite frankly, it's fucking hilarious. So Morgan does not exist. Now, we have been looking into it, and
you have been getting your marple on.
I did get my marple on, so we had no luck actually finding out she was not online. The DC address they have on there is wrong. So
shocker.
Sorry, there was something. I'm looking on threads for a response, but there was something about the Coldplay. Someone trying to say, "Is it worth destroying a family?" Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So I found out someone called Alan Wagner specializes in these sort of letters. And it's one of his. I've seen photos.
Oh.
So I went on, I'm still on Twitter X. I know it's got a really strong podcasting community. And one of my lovely podcasty people came and told me about this. And I was like, thank you so much. So they do all these letters. Daniel, you can see there that is clear. And I received that one.
Yeah.
And it's about jury duty selection. And it's really weird. And we threw it away because
it's not official.
It's not official. It looked too fake.
Right.
So jury duty, because I've seen jury letters.
Yeah.
Whereas this one was like, this one you could see in the window on it. That was where the medal, the necklace was.
Yeah.
So it's not a con because there's no ask. There's no working LinkedIn link on it. There's no way to get money out of us. There's no way to contact. So I was like, well, it's either a social experiment where someone see, oh, if I put this, will people do it?
Yeah.
Or it's a prank. And my money is on prank. Apparently, people can hire this person. So the question is, it seems, has hired, paid for us to get sent a strange letter.
Okay.
But I don't know what the purpose of it would be because, I would wear it. I'm just said, pity the chain's broken. But this letter, it has a image of this woman's face, which looks terrifying. And please check out our social medias, Bearded Bitch Pod, Bitches Beards. It's on Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky. It says, I support Morgan. I don't believe she fed her daughter dirt. It's so beautiful. But I really don't know who I would do. It's so weird.
Yeah. I can't make out what Endgame is, if that makes sense.
So I'm going to reach out to this individual and see if we can go from there on that. Yeah. And there may be, I don't know, hopefully, maybe you want to come on the podcast and discuss his work.
Or maybe there's a follow-up or... Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this is interesting. Like I said, I don't know what Endgame is, so... Other than annoying, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Daniel, do you have a word of the week?
Yes, I have a word of the week. The word of the week is acumen. It means skill.
Lovely.
Yes.
Do you have a petticoat lane?
Oh, I thought about a petticoat lane, and I'm going to tell you the petticoat lane off air.
Okay, well, my petticoat lane is I really hate it when I was meant to be going out tonight with my husband and he decided to take someone else to the Coldplay concert.
Oh.
With that, Daniel, I think we covered everything.
My dear, we barely even set the agenda.
Cheers. This has been a Bearded Bitch production recorded in the Diane Keating podcast studio in Haberdashery.
You've been listening to the Bitches with Beards. I've been Daniel.
And I'm Max. A big thanks to you all for tuning in and giving us a listen. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review the following on Twitter, X, and TikTok, where you can find us at Bitches with Beards.
Please remember that only a mother could love our views and opinions, and they reflect us and no one else.
We'll hear you next week unless we're cancelled. Cheers.